Excelsior.NY/summer-camps. That's ExcelsiorNYSoccer.com/
Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening!
Number 33, Donyon Lee. Defender, number 34, Till Roush. Defender, number 15, Patrick Keys. Defender, number 13, Sam Harrison. Goalkeeper, number 16, Victor Journet. The team is coached by assistant Rual Reed and Abadou and led by head coach Douglas Cunningham.
Ah, shit.
And now, here are the starters for your Excelsior New York. At forward, number 19, Nico Collega. At forward, number 20, Christian Pride-Titus. Midfielder, number 11, Harrison Vale. Midfielder, number 14, Jorge Rodriguez. Midfielder, number 8, Gianluca Rizzo. Midfielder, number 6, Tiernan Garvey. Midfielder, number 4, Alan Kapatonovich. Defender, number 13, Samuel Dunda. Defender, number 18, Dan Mikkel. And defender, number 5, Mike Outerbridge. And your goalkeeper, number 22, Aiden Coffey. The head coach for Excelsior is Zep Kabashi. The assistant coaches are Dave Santiago, John DeCoco, and Gabriel Fernandez. Fans, these are your 2026 Excelsior New York. The officials for today, fourth official, Miguel Vieira, ARs, Euro Rivas, and Matthew Wing, and our center official, Cedric Cook.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from Belson Stadium and week 6 of the League for Clubs Northeast Conference, where North will take on South today. Excelsior hosting First State FC. Excelsior, however, their first home game of their inaugural season. Let's begin with the home side, Excelsior, for the moment sitting at the top of the table in the North standings after an impressive 3-0 win away to Susa, and looking to extend their gap over Medover, last year's champion, who have a game in hand, but also feature tonight away at Susa. An important 3 points on the line here tonight for the home side, and should results go in their favor at 6:30, those kickoffs then, as you see the two sides with mascots lined up and entering
Let's have a big round of
our
applause
pitch at Belson Stadium.
New York!
As our PA announcer here for the home side announcing the team in purple. The home side will wear purple. The away side, First State FC, lining up in their white kit, black shorts, black socks. Just to conclude, as we mentioned, the inaugural season for Excelsior, and so far have been exemplary, unbeaten at the top of the table, 3 wins, 2 ties, and moreover looking for another positive result, like we mentioned, to lengthen the gap over last year's champions Met Oval, who, like we mentioned, have a game in hand. Moreover, let's go towards the away side. First State, coming from the South Division, coming into today having played a game less than 48 hours ago with a 6-1 victory over Kensington. While let's pause here for our national anthem.
And officials in honoring America with the playing of our nation anthem. Please remain standing. Thank you.
As that was our national anthem, the two sides will now greet one another alongside the three-man referee crew we have today here at Bellson Stadium. Just to conclude, like we mentioned, First State had a game played less than 48 hours ago, Friday night, with a 6-1 victory over Kensington, and have a difficult away task now to the league leaders from the Northern Division. How are the legs feeling on the pitch here at Bellson? As you know from our different game and stream live streams, a quite wide pitch here at Bellson Stadium. Big pitch too, certainly very difficult task to play two games in less than 48 hours time. How are the legs feeling for First State FC, but however an opportunity for them to catch Atlantic City and FC Monmouth, who are ahead of them in the standings, only on goal differential, mind you, after their victory last Friday night. What can the First State squad do here, and can they come away with an impressive away victory over the league leaders, Excelsior, who will remind you their first game, home game of the regular season, will have 3 straight home games coming up on their schedule, as they had to play their first games away from home, a string of away games that they have been undefeated, and looking for a positive result here today for the crowd that has gathered here. A good turnout as the Excelsior faithful here lined up to support their team on a lovely day for football at Bellson Stadium, has to be said. And from what it looks like, Excelsior will begin attacking from left to right. You can see them huddled up on the left-hand side of our pitch here at Bellson Stadium, and so too First State FC will begin attacking from right to left. Goalkeeper Victor Guane, who is deputizing the goal for First State FC, just having an early feel for the ball, and it looks like they will have first kickoff here at Bellson, as we are a minute to 5, so game will most likely start on time. From what it looks like in just the pre-match positioning of the players, Excelsior lining up in a bit of a 5-3-2, maybe out of possession, a 3-2-3-2, with clearly 2 center forwards leading the line, that being Tim DeMay and Petridis. Perdidas, excuse me. So the 2 center forwards, Perdidas and Tim DeMay, with the 11 just quickly consisting of, as the 2 referees just having a quick glance at the far goal post. So usually always that one for some odd reason when we come down here to Bellson, always having a glance at that one, just about the net, possibly on the top right corner. However, it's starting 11 for Excelsior, Aidan Coffey in the goal. Samuel Dundas will play at centre back alongside the Irishman Daniel McHale and Outerbridge back 3. Garvey, Kapitanovic, Harrison Hall, Jorge Rodriguez, the Team of the Week player and captain Gianluca Rizzo also in the 11, and like we mentioned, the 2 center forwards Tim DeMay and Predidis. I believe that is the 11. And then on the bench for the Excelsior side, you have Luca Gianola, Radoncic, Gillespie, Isaac, Collega, Skirt, Matthew Giuliano, and Larea. So certainly a deep bench for them to have a little bit of a tactical tweak possibly in the second half. But the 11 starting here with the captain here right beside us will most likely play in the right wing back role. Just speaking to a couple of Excelsior coaching staff and members beforehand, he is certainly a man to watch out for, a danger man for the Excelsior side. He plays his football at Fulham, if I caught that college correctly. So high-level player on this right-hand side, and certainly you can just see the squad with a bunch of eager players looking for a positive result here at Belson Stadium. Still just some work being done on that far hand side. Stay tuned for kickoff. And we'll leave you with some catchy music in the background. Why not? Believe all is well, and we are ready to go here at Belson Stadium. Referee in position and standing over the ball. The first possession of the game will go to First State. Alessio Walker, who will lead the line for First State, standing over the ball. And
all right, fans, the moment you've been waiting for. Let's get ready.
We are off and underway here at Belson Stadium. The inaugural season beginning its wings at home for Excelsior. Looking for a positive result here to string to the unbeaten season so far that they had, playing all their games away from home. Their first chance to dazzle here the home crowd, which is gathering by the minute. Has to be said, very good turnout on a very nice day for football. And is that a free kick? Nothing awarded by the referee. First State trying their first foray forward with a ball played on to the right-hand side to Tom Mojito, who is lined up on that right-hand side for the away side, who, like we mentioned, played Friday night, victorious, scoring 6 goals. No easy feat to score 6 in a game, but now have to re-spark that bit of energy in a very big and wide pitch here at Belson Stadium against a very good side in Excelsior. Some duels in the middle of the park. Little loose back pass towards Guane, who will clear lines. The heads went up. Mojito is onside for the time being. Standing up his man. Mojito driving onto his right foot, and his first attempt to discomfort Aiden Coffey is comfortable in the end for the goalkeeper, who caught his ankle swiftly and went down to collect.
First save of the game for Aiden Coffey.
The PA announcer just beside me will ensure I don't make any mistakes on the players' names. It's the kid of Excelsior, just has a very nice kid at that, but the lettering is just a bit difficult to catch my attention. Unluckily, I had the starting 11 and the position, so hopefully all is well and no mistakes. But the comfort of the PA announcer, credit to Excelsior for a very good display here at Belson. Very organized and a very nice turnout, with some merchandise also being sold. If you feel free to come down if you're or on your way or for our next home game. Some lovely merchandise being sold. Long ball over the top. Demai leaves it to the onrushing wing back from the left-hand side. And furthest back. Control with the chest, just evades. And another throw-in left to the left wing back, so it certainly is a 3. See just how much risk the left end or the right full wing backs will employ, with the back 3 like we mentioned, consisting of Dundas, the Irishman who will most likely be the center of the three, Daniel McHale, and Outerbridge, right-sided center half, with Rizzo playing right wing back, the two center forwards, like we mentioned, and Alan Kapetanovic in the middle of midfield, Harrison Hall as well in a very fluid, maybe, front five behind the two center forwards, and Jorge Rodriguez as well in the starting 11. So too Garvey, who will play just maybe as a double pivot with Alan Kapetanovic. First little action in the middle of midfield, turning away from danger. If that's Harrison Hall on the left-hand side, so left wing back Harrison Hall. Here is the center back finding the captain, who flicks it neatly towards Perdidas. Can't make it stick. Pressure high up the pitch by Kapetanovic, all the way back to Guane in the goal for First State. So, just assessing the teams in their preparations, and had a glance at his warm-up routine. Certainly looks a very good shot stopper. The man deputizing in the goal for First State FC. Here he is back in possession. Will open his first touch and distribute almost with pinpoint accuracy, but the captain was there. Perdidas dueling. No free kick given. Rodriguez trying to engineer a half a yard to dispatch a left-footed shot, but coming down to collect is Guane.
Victor Journet, his first.
Will distribute after taking a second. Slightly with a bit of risk, but on comes the fullback to hook forward to the center forward, Alessio Walker. Finds a man in yellow. And back with Dundas, furthest back to Aiden Coffey, who wants to play long first time. Some duels in the middle of midfield. The May flicks it forward. Vol has to stretch. First, they just taking their moment before playing something direct. It's going to slightly discomfort Coffey, who has to back off and maybe use a strong foot in the end to just clear out into touch. A little bit of a loose backwards pass towards him, but goalkeeper wanted to secure the situation just to clear lines. Demai. Thrown in towards Rodriguez, who spins cleverly. Hacked into the air. The bounce, which will allow a little bit of head tennis, who can make it stick now. Coming away with the possession off, unluckily, the heels of a retreating defender. First State trying to go direct. Coffey a long way off his goal, and will maximize the clearance. Lee from left full back, Rizzo. Kapetanovic tries a diagonal. He'll find the seconds. Kapetanovic in field, surveying the situation is Garvey. Will ask his center back Dundas to advance. He clips something delicate towards the center forward. Behind him is Rizzo. Kapetanovic will have a hit, and goalkeeper has to ensure the situation and just apply knuckles to it. Certainly caught it crisp.
Kapetanovic just missing that one.
The goalkeeper, Guane, has to flick over. First corner kick incoming for Excelsior. The man who took the latest shot will trot over to the far hand side to deliver. Kapetanovic will deliver with right-footed in swing.
It's a corner kick, Excelsior.
Loaded area, some tall heads in there. They may try to flick it forwards. The seconds left by Vale. Here's Kapetanovic who reloads, and goalkeeper has to plunge to cut out that cross and collects it, most importantly, without spillage. But a couple of times, Kapetanovic, who again just showing a little bit of injection, will press his man. Will he win the throw-in? No is the answer. Last touch of him, and Lee will take a throw-in quickly towards Alessio Walker. Back to the fullback Lee. Lee lifts it, clipped over to the far hand side. Mojito again will deliver something with the bounce. The stooping center back has to clear lines. Kapetanovic thought about the first ball. Will just hold off and now win the seconds. Garvey slaloming away neatly. Perdidas finds a pass towards Garvey. Kapetanovic pressed by the retreating center forward. A lot of early 50-50s. And Rizzo. Gianluca Rizzo, the captain. Backwards to Outerbridge. Furthest back to Mikhail. And all three center backs will have a touch. Here's the left-sided center back. Dundas plays infield towards, for the time being, Demai, who left it to Harrison Vale. It's actually Harrison Vale, not Harrison Vall, so apologies for that. Just had a quick double check, and Harrison Vale on the left-hand side as one of the two wing backs. A little bit loose, an opportunity for an opening goal for First State, cut low, and that is the opening goal for the away side with press high up the pitch and unselfish cutback, almost 2v1 with the exposed Coffee, and the away side striking first. Just about 10 minutes gone here at Belson Stadium. 1-0 in favor for the away side. Caleb Wright, the man who has opened the scoring here.
FC goal scored by number 17,
Just
Caleb Wright.
waiting for the absolute confirmation.
Number 9, Alessio Walker.
And
that's right, from
indeed
Walker.
so.
1-0.
Alessio
First
to
State.
Wright, and Wright, Caleb Wright, opening the goals here at Belson Stadium. A little bit of a loose moment at the back, and First State pounced on that action and found their first goal. Goalkeeper has to show exemplary calmness as the press was on from the center forward, who just might have to keep an eye out on his work rate, as he was the main reason for the production of the first goal. Going to ground, maybe wrong side, got a chunk of the man, and whistle quickly blown by the referee.
Jorge Rodriguez with the direct hit.
Jorge Rodriguez will stand over the dead ball. A loaded area. Everyone back to defend for First State. A lot of purple shirts scattered in the area. Rodriguez will lift it, and the bounce not too discomforting for the goalkeeper.
Journey is fourth save.
Henningberg in the middle of midfield for First State. Long ball into the channel. You can see how First State are trying to employ, rather to break down the system that Excelsior has played a lot of service into those channels. And Wright sprinting forwards. Goalkeeper again, good decision making and good hefty clearance into the car park. Has to maybe risk a little bit with his starting position, but played that pinpoint. How can now the home side riposte after an early concession? First State will have a throw-in. Thrown in towards the center forward, last touch off him. Back with the central center back, Daniel McHale. Outerbridge presses on from First State. Certainly have started with some energy for having played a game less than 78 hours ago. A little bit loose touch from the center forward. And the referee will stop play immediately.
And we have an official stoppage on the field.
Sam Macy possibly took maybe a blow to the head, and credit to the referee for quickly waving on the trainer. Maybe he'll come over to have a quick chat with the linesman, and that maybe he had a better view on that. I believe it was just a coming together and an unlucky clash of heads, and luckily for Sam Macy, all might be a little drowsy, might have to come off and let the trainer just quickly assess the situation, but we'll see that in due course. So for the time being, First State will be down to 10. I believe also Rodriguez during that stoppage had a quick jog to the bench just to get a little bit of a tactical, rather maybe they tweak something tactically. Just saw him gesticulating with Kapetanovic and Garvey, who Rodriguez playing in the 10. Certainly when you play this formation you can risk something. Again, another stoppage. Maybe Kapetanovic also has to come off. Maybe just drew some blood, possibly. I can only think of that, or maybe for the trainer just to quickly assess something. Nonetheless, a couple of stoppages, a quick impromptu timeout if you'd like, and both sides now playing with 10. A long ball over the top. Goalkeeper has to come a long way off his line. Gets a decent clearance on it. Here's the goal scorer, Wright. Caleb Wright. Heels of a handball. Service with pinpoint accuracy. Grass cutter from one side to the other. Served in early towards the center forward, Alessio Walker. And First State will have a corner kick. About 15 minutes gone in this first half. You can see the scoreboard here just above us. A nice touch, as we mentioned. The pre-match was very well put together by Excelsior, and scoreboard here, lots of fans, but now their side have a corner kick to contend with. It's going to be swung in left-footed with in whip.
Sam Harrison.
They'll deliver flat to the first, cleared away. Out into touch. I see just on the corner of my eye, maybe Kapetanovic did have a little cut that the trainer is just attending to. So hopefully he can re-enter. believe also, let's see this action first. There's a little layoff on the edge of the area. Lee has to lengthen his stride backwards to keep it in play. The fullback does. Will serve it neatly over the channel. Takamura, a little step over, jinking on his right foot before being stood up by the retreating center back. A swiveling attempt in the goal. Alessio makes it stick. The shot comes in, and right lashes over. But more good bit of center forward play by Alessio Walker, who's been a handful so far in the first 15 plus. With his pressure here, is again pressing the first ball. Excelsior electing for the build out. Mikhail still momentarily playing a man light. Center back has to clear backwards, and another set piece to contend with a man light. Perdides and Demai back to defend as well. As just see someone just ever so slightly limbering up on the sideline, but I also see Kapetanovic back and awaiting the okay to come back on. They'll still have to defend this a man light, however. That's going to be served in towards the penalty spot. The captain flicks away, and high and rather comfortable for Coffee. Back with the full complement of the home side in purple. Kapetanovic just some headwear on his possibly a little cut that he had, but quickly sorted out by the trainer on the far hand side. Can Excelsior now find a foray forward? No is the answer, as Perdides took down his man. Of course, guys, today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. We would like to thank our sponsors at Umbro. Build out from the back for first aid. Guane locates his center back, who clips forwards towards Alessio Walker. Takamura thinking about a press. Rizzo with safety back to Aiden Coffey. Thumps it forwards. Perdides. The bounce may be the best outcome for him, as he could have pressed the first ball. Outerbridge wins a throw-in in which the captain will take. The captain, who we mentioned in the pre-match, Gianluca Rizzo, a standout player, and was also nominated for the Team of the Week for the weeks that have gone by in this league. Last year's champions, Narovo, under 23, find themselves one place behind Excelsior, who for the moment, going into today's match, were sitting at the top of the table and undefeated in their first 5 away matches. Back with Victor Guane. First aid after their goal from Caleb Wright have continued to press high up the pitch. You can only think that maybe some rotation was employed today, possibly from the coaching staff, because their fixture just 48 hours ago. But certainly the 11 that have started have been very, very energetic, having played less than 48 hours ago. Lee from fullback, back with the center back, and captain Taylor Roche. Roche, third man run, arriving late, lovely weight of pass. He's through on goal. The center back stretching every sinew to get back. Goalkeeper has to spread at the first post. Aiden Coffey there to deny. Had to just wait a second before making the decision, the goalkeeper, and stood firm and with a good block, didn't allow the second goal for First State. A lovely pinpoint pass from the captain.
Corner kick, number 18, First State.
Sam Harrison with the latest effort, denied by Coffey. Another set piece to contend with two hands risen. Serve just underneath the goal post. The deflection on the turf, and it popped up and it hit the underside of the woodwork. A free header in the 6, and Excelsior still just asking a question, maybe where was the man there that was free to head down, but luckily the goal frame of Coffey denies the second for First State. Thrown in. Tim DeMay, free kick. DeMay just dropping into some pockets, although they are playing two center forwards. He's the one drifting into space a bit. We've seen him in previous streams, DeMay, for the New York Empire, if memory serves correct, and can play through the middle, can play on the wing as well. So he's a little bit more of the floating center forward, with Perdides really the most out and out number 9, who can also spin into the channel as well. A little flexibility with playing those two center forwards in their system. Certainly a nice infield pass. Kapetanovic trying to engineer half a yard, byline. Kapetanovic serves it flat. The clearance only falls to Rodriguez, and his toe poke didn't have enough pace on it. Took a little nick on the way through, and goalkeeper Guane there to collect.
That's Victor Jordan with his 5th save of the game.
According to the PA announcer, already his 5th save of the game. So he was been certainly tested. That one not so discomforting as the little flick took the sting out of it. But once again, Excelsior finding an interesting pocket in those areas and have built up well. DeMay again into space. Kapetanovic, Dundas. Which way will that go? It'll go the home side's way, as the linesman was sure and just had a quick glance at the referee to signal. Lee over the top. Irish center back Mikhail there to win the first ball. Rizzo. Free kick. Ball on the right hand side. Walker infield. Back to goalkeeper Guane. Long ball over the top. In search of Harrison, but trickling out. Mikhail. Coffey. Long ball from him. Perdides tries to flick towards Rodriguez. And all the way back to goalkeeper Guane. It's Patrick at center back for First State. Here he is in possession. goal scorer, Caleb Wright. Stood up by Rizzo. A couple of step overs. Gets it onto his left, but the retreating Kapetanovic there to nibble away. Patrick Keys to conclude the previous mention. At centre back next to the captain, Taylor Roche. Lee from left full back. Gets it back. Quick exchange with Takamura, and Alessio Walker wins another corner kick.
That'll be another corner kick, first state, number 18.
Takamura going over to deliver this. Takamura will take right-footed. Loaded area, everyone just in the 6-yard area. Cleared away, a quite unlucky deflection. It'll fall for a first-time hit, cleared away. Rizzo has to raise his lines and press the ball. That he doesn't. Gets a flick out into touch, so Excelsior can just fix their defensive lines a bit, in which they've done swiftly. Throw in left to Lee again.
Lee with the throw in.
Lee. Takamura's flick. Alessio can't make it stick. Alessio Walker, that is, can't make it stick. And goal kick, as we've entered in the last 17 or so minutes in this first half. A first half in which we saw a goal from Caleb Wright. So far, the only goal in this first half, after some unselfish play by the center forward, who picked possession high up the pitch and essentially gave the goal to Caleb Wright, who beat goalkeeper Aiden Coffey to open the scoring here. Just see some players on the far-hand side for Excelsior limbering up rather with a bit of a high tempo. Maybe see if we will have a change at halftime. Nonetheless, there's still some time left in this first half for things to change. We saw in yesterday's game that I covered a game effectively turned on its head right before the half concluded, as Osners were defeated by New York Shockers with a score of 4-1, but similar to today, led early, and a goal right before the halftime for the New York Shockers from the penalty spot really changed the outcome of the game and the momentum, and Shockers with 3 goals in the second half to win that matchup 4-1. So really, certainly a lot of time left, especially in this first half, to change the momentum of the game, but Excelsior so far have been pushing and asking questions of the goalkeeper in yellow. And so, clever little bit of footwork by Outerbridge, showing lovely feet. Rizzo clips it to the seconds. Overhit for DeMay. Vale pressing. Cleared away. Dundas, the lefty, finds Tim DeMay. DeMay checks it left. Couple runners into the area arriving late. The flick. DeMay cushions with the chest, sets it on the top of the D. Served. Predizis. Rodriguez is cleared away by the retreating white shirts. They have more defending to do now, as Excelsior certainly raised the level in the tempo in the last 2 or 3 minutes. And I have to get back and defend. Mikhail with good timing. Seconds will fall to Takamura. Mojito, left-hand side. Trying to take on his man in the 1v1. Gets his shot, rather a cross shot in the end.
Aiden Coffey with his third save of the game.
Some work for Coffey to do. I see Outerbridge just sat down for the moment rather. And I
And we have an
believe
official
he
stoppage on the field.
will be replaced. So it might just have a so I see two substitutes there waiting to come on. Indeed, so maybe he will unfortunately have to come off after some lovely footwork here just ahead of us. Dazzled the crowd certainly with his lovely little slalom and venture forward from center half. Unfortunately, maybe has picked up a knock. Quick impromptu timeout as both sides have most players rather for both sides have gone over to their benches to get some liquid on board and discuss something quick with their coaching staff.
All right, fans, if you're excited about the inaugural season, you don't have to miss any of the action. Purchase season tickets today. All season ticket purchases come with a complimentary Excelsior New York scarf. Show proof of your season ticket at the merchandise store to receive your scarf. Scarves are limited to one per season ticket. Purchase season tickets at ExcelsiorNYSoccer.com today.
Coffee hacks forward. Just see those substitutes in a second. Here might be one of them. As here he is again in possession. Will try his right foot, cleared away. It falls to the top of the area. Left to Kapitanovic. Will try his left and straight down the throat of Victor Guane. It's the number 18. That has
Guane stops Kapitanovic for his 6th.
come on at center back, I believe, replacing Outer Bridge. Risen flag. And I believe DeMay also has gone off, so Perdidas remaining in the 9. Cleared away. Did Excelsior just change the system? We'll see that in a second. Maybe they've gone to a back 4. So we'll just see that in a second. Possibly Rizzo playing a little bit more furthest back. Maybe after the substitution of Outer Bridge. Maybe they just tweak the system a bit. So just keep an eye on the positioning of the captain, Rizzo. See another man possibly just fixing a shoelace. So luckily for Excelsior that isn't a second injury to their back line. Just possibly fixing the footwear or the shin pads. Perdidas. Free kick.
Kapitanovic with the kick.
Kapitanovic standing over the dead ball. A loaded area. Gundas arriving late from center half. Kapetanovic serves it wickedly. Is that looping in? Yes, it is. It loops all the way in from Kapetanovic. He curled it ever so sweetly with such neat execution, painted a picture, and the ball found its way into the back of the net in the top 90. Wrapped his foot around it and was ever so dangerous. 1-all now with 10 minutes left to go in this first half.
And we are tied at 1.
All the way in from an acute angle, but certainly the delivery was rather wicked. And 1-all now. Bertides, can he make it a quick fire double? Rodriguez stood up at the very last by Lee and company, who had to retreat. Kapetanovic certainly has had a very good first half. Rodriguez just opens the touch a bit. Kapetanovic's goal, riposting the early goal from Alessio Walker. 1-all here at Belson Stadium. Rizzo. It's the substitute. Let you see this first. Here is the substitute. Radoncic finds a ball to the left-hand side. Can they get their shot off? Just working it ever so patiently on the top of the area. It falls to Kapetanovic, who, why not? You can understand why he took that on. Certainly full of belief after his strike from the free kick. Tried his right once more. Quite a difficult task to beat the goalkeeper from that far out, but if you don't shoot, you do not score, as the adage goes. And a free kick won by Sam Macy. Just under 9 minutes left, and we're going to have another substitution for the home side. Rodriguez coming off, and on will come the number 23, Luca Gianola, for some fresh legs on this possibly right-hand side. Rodriguez, who began the game at the 10. It's most seemingly now that we just have a little tactical viewpoint on it, that they did change the system, playing with a back four. So after the injury to their center, one of the three center backs that they began the game in a bit of a 2-3-2 rather, or 5-3-2 out of possession. Now certainly playing a flat back four with Rizzo slotting it at right full back, and the substitute now who replaced Rodriguez, who went out to the left hand side, Luca Gianola on, and now inverting, which will allow some space for the captain. Slide ball into the channel. Here is the substitute with his first involvement, and unluckily last touch off his yellow boot. Some
And we have an official stoppage on the field.
Still just taking a second to gather himself. That's the captain. After every stoppage, there is a stoppage in the running clock here at our scoreboard, but our time reads 42 plus, now entering the 43rd minute. So just for the information, as if you just glance at the scoreboard, it says 7:35, but we might have less than that, according to our referee. Every stoppage, the clock stops, but it's to the situation of the referee, how much he will want to add. So just something to keep an eye out on, as we have some minutes, we can say, in this first half. A first half in which saw the away side score first state, with a strike from Caleb Bright, riposted by a direct free kick from a rather tight angle by Alan Kapitanovic. And amongst all that, a tweak of system for Excelsior, which really has paid dividends, as well as their substitutes who have leapt from the bench to give a spark. Like we mentioned, they certainly have a deep bench to work into, and have thrown on a couple of some fresh legs in this first half to really turn the game in a manner in which they can test first state in the second half. We remain at 1, however. Kapitanovic, the goal scorer, finds Rizzo, who has to lengthen his stride, and that he does from right full back, showing his versatility. Neat ball over the top. The goalkeeper is collecting, however, the flag risen amongst all that. Build out for first state. I don't believe have gone to their bench yet in this first half. They certainly have some options on that bench. I see at least 6 substitutes for them to work into this match in this second half, presumably. Long ball from Coffey. Finds the winger for the time being, but couldn't make it stick. Dudas got a fair chunk of it, trying to spin away from danger. Throw in for Excelsior. Trying the left-hand side again. And free kick. Perdides, referee rather, just wants to have a quick word with the center forward. Just glancing over both my shoulders, certainly a large crowd has gathered. Every minute that has gone by, I feel is more and more people that have here come to Belson Stadium to view this first home game in Excelsior's inaugural season. Excuse me. So, credit to our cameraman here, Nicholas Marshall, for the quick view, as the referee has concluded his quick chat with the center forward for Excelsior. Had a also quick glance at his watch, hacked the composure needed, so to the goalkeeper, and it's nibbled away from him, and the second goal coming in from the center forward, Alessio Walker, who didn't stop the chase and nibbled away from the goalkeeper before slotting an empty net for his second and his side second, 2-1 back in front, the away side. Walker at the double. How can, I was gonna say, how can they now riposte, but that was the final act in the first half. A very unlucky ending to the first half for Excelsior, conceding right before the stroke of halftime, rather seconds before the halftime concluded, and Alessio Walker making it 2-1 to the good for the away side First State, who at halftime, lead with a score of 2-1 over Excelsior, who are looking for a big second half to please this very big crowd that has accumulated here at Belson Stadium. Stay tuned for the next and most important 45 coming up.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, guys. Second half kickoff arriving shortly. With the two sides have emerged from the.
All right, New York fans, we are back in action for the second half of play here at St. John's.
Introduce.
Let's make some noise, Excelsior fans!
What do Excelsior have in store for us here in the second 45 as we're back underway here at Belson Stadium, a first half in which, to correct something that I missaid in the first half, Caleb Wright scoring the first goal, Alessio Walker with 2 goal contributions, not 2 goals. He in fact scored the second right before the half concluded with a lovely strike amongst that from Kapetanovic, equalizing at the time being at 1 before the late goal right on the very stroke of the end of the first half for First State, 2-1 for the away side. But now how can the home side riposte? Here is a Gillespie, cuts it low. What a beginning this would be in the second half. It's cleared away, popped towards Radoncic, who cushions towards Garvey. I believe Kapetanovic and Garvey have both started in the second half. Excelsior made some changes in the first half, also changed the system, but now have some defending to do as Caleb Wright will stretch. Has a couple of runners ahead in the area. Wright dancing onto his right. Rizzo and Caleb Wright in a 50-51. Winning the possession is the captain, line splitting towards the center of midfield. Gillespie on this near left-hand side with hands risen, wanted maybe some service towards him. Here is the number 9, Alessio Walker. Gillespie flicks on. He's towards the advancing left fullback, who we saw advanced a lot in the first half, served something delicate into the area, but comfortable for Coffey on the bounce. Will distribute quickly to Gillespie, trying to swap the field. And Luca Gianola can't control. So Gianola on the right, Gillespie on the left to begin. I believe that's Radoncic playing effectively as the 10 with Garvey and Kapetanovic, double sixes. Here is a score for Excelsior. Certainly have a long second half to turn this game on its head. And you can only assume with their quality in their ranks and the deep bench that they have, they can really begin to risk for the second goal as early as possible in the second half, but also have to be adept at the back. Harrison Vale at left full back. We remind you they began in a 3-2-3-2 almost, or a 5-3-2 out of possession, but change it to a back 4. Rizzo now at full back on the right hand side, and Harrison Vale full back left with Gillespie, who played infield, now on the left wing. Garvey, Radoncic, Vale, Garvey, swapping the play to his center midfielder, his center midfield partner, who finds the comfort of his captain, inverting, will exchange with Kapetanovic. Garvey picking up the tempo again. Garvey, clever little run made from out to in by the fullback. Dundas also with the touch. Kapetanovic wins the side free kick. He's been in the wars today and been on the score sheet as well. Had a little cut on the, you can see that little bandage that he's sporting, had a cut that had to be attended to, but returned and scored from a tight angle. Is this their second goal? Cleared away. Garvey teases into the area. Perdides trying to flick around. Gillespie leaves it to Kapetanovic, who tries his left. Very two-footed player from what I can see in the first 45 that I've seen him live. the center midfielder, Dundas. Wins a little deflection. Center half advances. Radoncic, Gillespie waits for the overlap. The exchange with Radoncic it falls back to the number 16, who tries his right foot and down to plunge to his right-hand side, Victor Guana, and we'll just take the sting out of it for a second before the center forward inches closer to him. Lee.
That shot
Caleb
by
Wright.
Irvin Radoncic saved.
And last touch off right. So far, First Aid haven't made any subs, and all 11 that began for them, I believe, have resumed this second half. Can understand the thought process. Maybe there was some rotation as a double deflection there. Gianola wins Excelsior throwing high up the pitch. So don't see anybody for First Aid substitutes wise limbering up. So maybe that is a tactical touch. Garvey on the top of the area. Radoncic. It falls back to the captain. Kapetanovic. Gillespie. Kapetanovic working it neatly. Vale waiting for the overlap of Gillespie. The deflection will aid him after an inquest rather from Sam Harrison, who thought maybe last touch off Gillespie. Nonetheless, Excelsior have a corner kick to work with.
The corner kick.
Kapetanovic scored from a set piece. Can he deliver something delicate into the area now? Serves it. The heads went up, cleared away. Corner kick taker will stretch and keep it in play. Finds his captain, who loads it into the area. Goalkeeper coming a long way, collecting and distributing quickly. Just overhits his service from the hand. And Wright couldn't make it stick before, going out right before the halfway line. Rizzo will take. Mikhail. Mikhail and Dundas remaining at center back. I remind you that Outer Bridge in the first half had to come off, I believe, took a knock after a lovely pirouette and a 4 move forward. Then after, Excelsior rather changed the system to a back four. And have also dipped into their bench to change some of the middle of midfield, with Perdides still leading the line. Tim DeMay for the time being off. I believe he's just grabbed the bib to start limbering up. Here's Perdides, no offside on the center forward, who's try to force a pass into the run of Rizzo. Thrown in, Kapetanovic. Rizzo. Garvey checked away. Dundas. A lefty uses his body to swivel away and finds a pass infield, but then the subsequent pass out of play. Mikhail, a little loose. Walker running behind. The goalkeeper has to make a decision, and made a brave one at that. And I believe amongst all this, there was an appeal for a handball, but good goalkeeping from Coffey. When you make that decision as a goalkeeper, you have to stick by it rather and fully commit, and that he did. Came a long way off his line and got the important chunk on the ball before the arriving Tom Mojito. Free kick on the Irish centre back, Mikhail. Irishman picking himself up. Have a free kick now, and some substitutions for Excelsior. At left full back, I believe. Harrison Vale off. On comes Skurek. So some fresh legs as well at left full back. Skurek on and Harrison Vale off. Goalkeeper Coffey will load his restart with good distance towards the right hand side. Perdidas leaves it to substitute Gianola, and he will win his side a free kick very cleverly. Kapetanovic looking urgently forwards. Skurek from fullback immediately advancing furthest forward to really, as we mentioned, maximize as much width as you can in this very big pitch, and especially for a team that has played 48 hours ago. Maybe, possibly, the legs might begin to be a little wary, but so far a lot of energy showed from First Aid, who remain in the lead after a late goal in the first half. Their second after their number 9, Alessio Walker, gave a very unselfish assist to Caleb Wright, who made it 1. As then afterwards Kapetanovic with a free kick from wide left curled it neatly to the top bins, 1-1. And right before the half concluded, Alessio Walker nibbling away from the goalkeeper and sliding home to an empty net. This is where we stand now, with the second half underway, and both teams trying some different approaches. Here's the long approach. Centre forward couldn't lash on. Skurek, first involvement, will pop it towards the vicinity of Gillespie, who is went through the back of, and according to the motion of the referee, exactly what I just announced, maybe the wrong side, and a little touch on Gillespie, who wins the side a free kick. Over goes who else but Kapetanovic to take this free kick. Might be their free kick specialist. We seen him score for a similar area to this, maybe the one in the first half a little bit more central. This might need some delicate service. Can he serve something appetizing into the congested area? He'll serve it to the second post. The heads went up. Mikhail, I believe, got the first touch. Kapetanovic dueling, more energetic play from him. Throw from Samuel Dundas. He'll serve it. Caleb Wright can't maximize the clearance. Pop back in. The double deflection is in essence comfortable for Guana, who will build out with his captain Taylor Roche. A long ball over the top to Mojito. Skurek has to communicate with goalkeeper. Goalkeeper clears it to Rosed with maximum safety. Just about a half an hour of time left. Certainly a lot can change, rather in minutes and in seconds in the game of football. Excelsior certainly have a good chunk of time left to first find the equalizing goal and possibly push on for the winner. They have been not defeated yet throughout their first games of the season, all playing away games. They will have 3 upcoming home games before an away game, and concluding the regular season, I believe, at home. So it gives them a little bit of initiative with the crowd behind them here to push on in this last 30, to really up the tempo and maximize their moment here at Belson Stadium. They've certainly pushed and asked some questions of Guana, who's been in a good form. Where Doncic, free kick. saved that before the referee did, but his turn quite clever. Quickly played in. Mikhail Dundas. Gillespie letting it run. Mojito, free kick. Sam Harrison standing over it. Will he leave it to his captain? I believe that's what's going to occur. Captain Taylor Roche. Mojito. A body feint before serving with his left to the second post, right back in the mixer. Some work was needed from Mikhail to knock it over his goalkeeper's goal post. Some instruction from the first aid bench to maybe set the corner kick right. They're crowding Coffee at the moment. We've seen this in the Premier League many of times as the ball is just whipped right underneath the goalkeeper and causes discomfort. It's floated underneath, and that is exactly what happened. And Coffee had to stretch rather ambitiously towards the corner and got a flick on it. Very good goalkeeping, as that, as can say from personal experience, is one of the most uncomfortable situations for a goalkeeper when everyone is in essence standing on your toes, but found enough space to flick around. Maybe a different routine now for first aid.
First aid, corner kick.
Congested on the outskirts of the area, only one standing on the toes of the man in pink. The first one was with right-footed in swing, now this with left. The pack will disperse towards the second post, and the captain arrived at the second post. Possibly see that was from the training ground. Coaching staff immediately popped up off the bench and said to, quote, set it right, a set piece we can only imagine. And two back-to-back set pieces causing some slight discomfort, but amongst all that, Coffee there to flick right under his goal post awkwardly, but with safety away. We remain at 2-1. Excelsior in search of the second equalizer that they now crave. Caleb Wright. Goes over. Is that a free kick? No, according to the referee, but it is a corner kick.
First aid, corner kick.
Takamura coming over to deliver. Again, similar to last, the posse will converge away. Another corner kick. See a substitution being prepared for Excelsior. It would happen to wait after this set piece. So don't really want to make a change at when you're defending a dead ball. Again, crowding the goalkeeper. It's served. The shot comes in, deflection's quite awkward. Where did that go? The answer is for another corner kick for First Aid FC, who have been appealing from the dead ball.
First Aid, another
have
corner kick.
Had a chunk of set pieces here. Nakamura again. Takamura, excuse me. Two hands risen, the signal. Takamura underneath the goal post, and that one probably not what was on the cards. It is going to be the substitution that we promised. Off comes the number 23, according to the board. And so 5 come up, but 5 on my team sheet is Outerbridge, who went off in the first half. Just check that. I don't think that's the case. I think some fresh legs were introduced on the right-hand side. Or indeed it is Outerbridge. Goalkeeper pressed high up. Will float it to his fullback, who flicks it forward towards Gillespie with a hoiked knee clearance. The captain amongst all this has moved centrally. Like we said in the first half, can certainly see his fluidity in being able to play a multitude of positions. Began at wing back, then at full back, free kick. Service. Perdidas byline. Can he lay it to Gillespie? He can. Cleared off the line. It falls to Rizzo, who has a smack at it, and it lashes over the goalpost. What an opportunity for Excelsior. Gillespie found some space on the byline, and it fell eventually to the captain, who caught it sweetly but high and over the goal post of Guana. Tim DeMay also has come on at centre forward from those latest substitutions. DeMay, who began the game, the partner of Perdidas, who has also remained on. Clever flick from the captain, Garvey. Gillespie. Certainly has been a spark upon entering in the first half, I believe, in the latter of the first half, and began the second. Service from Skurek. Indeed, that is Outerbridge, who is back on. Had a little issue in the first half, but now will play right full back. As we mentioned, Rizzo more centrally. Gillespie. Last touch of Henningberg. Is this crowd certainly getting into it, trying to really assist as much as possible and maybe suck the ball into the net. Bouncing awkwardly, Rizzo lobs. And goal kick for Guana. Of course, guys, today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Free kick. Finally see some limbering up on the First State FC bench. Just one substitute up and about, just going through some stretching routines. The rest are sat down. So let's see how that plays out. Gillespie on the right wing. Will float it. Goalkeeper makes the decision. Might be the wrong one in the end. Garvey pops it back. It's an almighty scrap. It falls to Perdidas. The shot comes in, deflected, cleared off the line, and hacked to safety. Some heroic defending at the end for First State FC, who had to throw bodies on the line. Garvey was involved, and a couple of pop shots needing urgent defensive cover. Takamura towards Mojito. The bounce, Skurek. He eventually will shepherd the ball back to his goalkeeper as the first contact was with his head, which allows the goalkeeper to collect. Of course, now direct service. DeMay flicks towards his center forward partner, Garvey. Rizzo lets it bounce. Caleb right. Alessio Walker. Mojito is offside.
That plays offside.
And substitution incoming for First State FC. Who will be the one to be replaced. The board is, I believe, wrong. It says 12 in green, which signals you're coming on, and 25 in red, vice versa. So we'll fix that ourselves. Why not? So 12 off Sam Macy, and will be replaced in the center of midfield for some fresh legs. Maybe a good move from the first State coaching staff to bring some injection of tempo
Andre
to
Hines checking in.
the middle of midfield, as you heard the PA announcer. Andre Hines with the number 25 entering. '72nd minute here.
Bro, get up! Oh my God, you sissy!
Man down, but the referee now elects to stop the play. As we have this break in play. Be sure to tune in for more game in frame action on the 20th next Saturday. Brooklyn City will take on Atlantic City FC at 7 p.m. The League of Clubs Northeast Division, and so to Excelsior's next game, a big one at that, taking on Met Oval at next Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Should results, like we mentioned, go in their favor today after Met Oval were victorious last time out. They do have a game in hand, but they will play one another next Saturday. Met Oval also play tonight, and Excelsior in search now of comeback for some points here in their first game at home in their inaugural season. Skurek. Rizzo with the outside of the foot. Tim DeMay. DeMay cuts it low. Corner kick, Excelsior.
Gonna be Kapitanovic with the corner.
Kapitanovic standing over the dead ball, as per usual, possibly there, like we mentioned, specialist, has taken almost every single dead ball that Excelsior have had. Two more substitutions being prepared for First State after the set piece, of course. Kapitanovic loads it to the area. The first contact, another deflection at the very last. Dundas had a hack. Rizzo keeps it in play. And given away. Alessio Walker in transition, opening the touch, opening his stride, lengthening as much as he can, going down to ground is the captain, so too the referee. Heroic defending, gets applause from his fans here. A thick challenge, referee pointing towards the ball. Gillespie losing possession. Kapitanovic nibbling away. Kapitanovic again, endless work rate, has runners. Probably chose the right one in the end as DeMay is onside. Perdidas arriving late into the area, towards him, and cleared away. Gillespie trotting over to maybe win something. Cleared away with no nonsense by Henningberg towards Walker. It'll stay in play for Skurek. Garvey scanning before winning aside a free kick. And now we can draw breath after a frantic couple of last minutes. More substitutions for First State. It's going to be Ramel Kuri on, I believe on that left-hand side.
Number 32, Nathan Ramsey.
Apologies, maybe it's, well, on my team sheet I have 32 Ramel Kuri. So, nonetheless, fresh legs on the left-hand side. The PA announcer here said Nathan Radsman. But nonetheless, fresh legs for First State. Rizzo, substitute going to press the ball. Back with Outerbridge in field, Kapitanovic, DeMay, Kapitanovic, Walker with more defending from center forward. It'll fall to Mikhail. Dundas lifts it towards DeMay, who's peeling left and right now, trying the right pocket. Intercepted. As an opportunity, a little overload. Radoncic wants the curl, that he does. But sprawling the goalkeeper, didn't get a touch on it, but just the wrong side of the post. Or that was... Actually, that was the center back who made his way furthest forward. DeMay almost invited to press Kapitanovic. DeMay checks his run. DeMay on his right foot. But certainly asking the questions, and I've been pressing the back line of First State. Excelsior in search of their equalizer, still trying to maximize their efforts on goal. Not what was needed in that situation. Rizzo, the captain, will be beaten to the spot by Kapitanovic. Kapitanovic, who there's still about 10 minutes left in this game, but for my eyes here up on the commentary area, maybe Excelsior's man of the match, has a goal to his name, endless running, and has about 12 or so minutes left, so to his team to find the all-important equalizer. Should they do that, might stand up a grandstand finale here at Belson Stadium. More substitutions for First State, who now are dipping into their bench.
Right, goodbye, check it in.
Takamura.
Hey fans, Excelsior New York is back in action on Saturday, June 20th here at Cox Family Field at Belson Stadium against the Metropolitan Oval. For more information, visit the ticket tab at ExcelsiorNYSoccer.com.
You can hear the PA announcer just over our microphones here. Their next game against Medova, a big one at that. Should they find something from this match, would really maximize the moment as well next Saturday. Gillespie, free kick. Trainer has come on. Substitution for Excelsior. Skurek off. I believe. Some slight confusion.
Checking in for Excelsior, number 7, Luciano Larrea.
We're having some issues with the board, but Skorek
Hey folks, we'd like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, TD
off, I
Shanino
believe. He's
Construction,
just
for supporting
on the
Excelsior,
outskirts
New
of the
York.
pitch
Whether you need residential renovations, new home
for
construction,
the time being, just
commercial
ensuring
build,
that
or
he
expert
is the one that
remodeling,
will be replaced.
TD
Indeed
Shanino
so an
Construction
attacking
delivers quality
substitution,
craftsmanship and reliable service across Queens and the New
now
York
they have
City metro area.
about 10 or so minutes left to find the equalizer
45-15. That's 917
and remain
295
unbeaten
45-15
through the season.
Free estimate today.
A long ball forwards. They probably will go into a back three. Now, Andre Hines, the substitute, and another free kick. So, a crossball, I believe, on the pitch for some odd reason, which was tossed out. Substitute standing over the set piece for first aid. As we've entered in the last 10 minutes of this allotted 90. Flung in off the chest of Sam Harrison and bobbling out. Coffee, long service. Excelsior just about running out of time, but certainly have at least 8 or 9 minutes plus whatever the referee wants to add on. So there might, in essence, be 15 minutes left in this match. But have made an attacking substitution, have taken off their left fullback for a more offensive-minded player that I believe is Harrison Vale, who has re-entered, and 2 center forwards still, High and Gillespie still off the left. They have a free kick. Is this the route for the equalizer for Excelsior? We know certainly the importance of the dead ball in today's game. The delivery has to be pinpoint from Kapetanovic. He'll serve it wickedly, doesn't beat the first man, was whipped in with good shape to it, but the captain read the situation. Back with Rizzo, who pops it back towards Garvey. DeMay tries to make it stick. Cootie pressing high. Thrown in towards DeMay. Is that a free kick? Yes, indeed. Another free kick. A lot of free kicks, a lot of set piece opportunities. Kapetanovic urgently going over to take. That he does. DeMay towards the center half, who's arriving at the back stick. Retrieves it now. Dundas will get her cross in. And comfortable for the goalkeeper, Victor Guana, who will have a countdown to contend with, but will distribute. A long ball to the tireless Alessio Walker into the channel. Alessio Walker trying to dance on his left, but will do the next best thing, and someone has just sat down here. I don't know if the referee has spotted it, but
dude, you've been on the floor the whole game. Get up, dude.
Mojito, I believe, signaled for a substitution for the bench. Rizzo has jogged over for a quick repair, I believe, maybe a scratch on his arm or something of that nature. So certainly add into the stoppage time that the referee will add on. We're in the 85th minute now. 5 left plus, you can say, a good chunk
Hey fans,
A lot
don't
of
forget Excelsior New York is
substitutions
back in
and
action on
stoppages in
Saturday,
the second
June
half.
20th, right here at Cox Family Field at Belson Stadium
Mojito, who
against Met Oval.
possibly
For more
has a
information,
touch of
visit
cramp,
the tickets tab
will
at
walk off.
ExcelsiorNYSoccer.com. That's Saturday, June 20th, right here
Some
at Cox Family Field
last
at
bits
Belson
of
Stadium.
tactical tactics from the coaching staff to the substitute, who will enter for the last 5 or so minutes of this added time, plus whatever the referee wants to add on. As we mentioned, Jason Oblin will enter. First, they do have a corner kick as well. And disregard the board again. Actually, this time it might be right. It's right this time. 7 off, 8 on. So, Mojito off, Oblim on. Corner kick for First State, whipped in right-footed, flat to the first post. The substitute flung himself toward Perdidas. May leaves it to Gillespie. Certainly a free kick.
Come on, boys, let's go!
Urgently now have to throw men forward. Goalkeeper wants 10 yards. Going into the slight breeze, so has to maybe overhit it so it could drop down. That he does. It drops down to the center half, who flicks. Last touch off the backside of Lee. Pressing high up the pitch now just to get their men out. We'll have a throw-in as we're 86 plus, 3 minutes and change as we see on the scoreboard, plus whatever the referee wants to elect to add on at the end of this game here at Belson Stadium. No goals in the second half after 3 goals in the first half. Let's take you back to the opening goal from Caleb Walker, the riposte by Excelsior from a lovely take in direct free kick by the man that just distributed the ball. We'll get back to that in a second. As a long ball to the center half, who's stayed up, has effected playing now as an auxiliary center forward. You can understand the risk, why not? Throw one of your taller members of the squad high up and look for the seconds under the first ball. And to conclude, the second goal coming right before the stroke of halftime by Alessio Walker, making it 2-1. No goals in the second half. However, some good chances for Excelsior to find the equalizer, but Victor Guana and co have stood firm, trying to see out the last minutes of this match. Gillespie only finds the hands of Guana, who will chew some clock. Rizzo pressing high. Gillespie wins. The substitutes certainly have helped now in the second half for First State. Oblim onto his left foot will take a second before trying his right, deflected. Goalkeeper has to collect and plays quickly. Larrea also on. Rizzo, is this Excelsior's moment? Going to ground. Rizzo continuing. 2 slight tackles, the latest coming from the captain. And referee is, I believe the linesman is pointing for a goal kick. Rizzo certainly confused by that decision. Arm stretched wide. Maybe they just had a quick communication. I'm not sure if they're using any technology, but the decision, goal kick, in which taken, hacked away. Rizzo with more ambitious movement forward, gets his cross in towards Dundas. Goalkeeper can't pick it up, actually will be very composed to at least clear out in this area. Gillespie takes it quickly, Garvey, more pressure on from the center forward. We'll ask the question of the linesman ahead of us to whistle something. DeMay floats it into the area, cleared away. Another half clearance, it'll definitely come back. Loaded, deflection, appeals of a handball. Perdidas on the top of the area towards the midfielder. Perdidas, DeMay, Kapetanovic teases, cleared away. DeMay hacked. Certainly exactly what's needed. I see a countdown of 4 minutes, so maybe the referee has given 4 minutes of added time. I didn't see the board, but the countdown ahead of us on the scoreboard reads 4:30 plus and trickling down. DeMay. Clearance. Coffey a long way off his line. Everyone in purple ahead. Long ball towards the auxiliary center forward. Advantage given by the referee, which allows First Aid to drive forward. Alessio Walker, can he seal the game? Alessio Walker, goalkeeper stood firm, but the corner kick might just chew some clock.
Hey folks, we'd like to give a
for
big thank you to our
First
media
Aid.
partner, US Footy, for covering all things Excelsior New York. To stay up to date on all things Excelsior, be sure to follow US Footy on Instagram at US Footy and on YouTube at u.sfooty.
Most likely go to the corner flag
That's
to
going to be a corner
chew
kick.
some clock. Taken to the center forward, trying to use his frame to keep it away from the purple shirts. Dundas leaves it to his captain. Free kick. Taken quickly. Mikhail also advancing. You can understand the risk. DeMay. Free kick and long ball. Goalkeeper has to collect that. He does. And yellow card might be brandished, indeed so, for the very deliberate handball to stop the counter-attack. Just going to say yellow cards now don't really mean anything. It's a more urgent matter to load the ball into the box and to maybe find one last chance. Dundas flicks. Perdidas cleared away by the substitute Hines. Needs another delivery that it gets from Garvey. Mikhail, the Irishman, into the area. We need another football. Dundas, auxiliary center forward, will come over to take this long throw. Is this what we call in English Premier League times Rory Delap special? Flung forward. First Aid doing just enough to clear lines. It'll go back. Kapetanovic loads it into the area. The flick by the Irishman. Gillespie, another flick into the area. Hines, another half clearance. Goalkeeper a long way off his goal. Will serve it back with a frantic finale over Rizzo's head. Hines controls. And that might be it. That might be enough for First Aid if they can do something to just chew some clock. It'll go back, however. Maybe one final attack. DeMay cleared away by the captain, who hasn't put a foot wrong today. Roche, back it goes. We're at the discretion of the referee now as the clock is frozen on us, but cleared away. Walker's onside, has to make it stick. Kapetanovic dueling again. And more good work from Kapetanovic. The deflection will go in the favor of First State, according to the referee, to the chagrin of Kapetanovic, who now we can most likely confirm my man of the match for Excelsior, although might be in a losing cause, unfortunately, but certainly have huffed and puffed in this second half. One final chance, possibly. Rizzo advancing. Going to ground. It's through on goal. Can he compose himself? A loaded area, cut back, and it's a last-minute equalizer. Dundas arriving at the death. Smash and grab special. They've tried, they've pushed, they've asked many questions, and the auxiliary center forward has poked home at the very stroke of the final whistle. 2-2, they secure a point. Credit to them for pushing and maximizing the effort. And when I mean smash and grab, I mean it in a great manner, because they pushed and tried everything in the second half. Dundas equalizing at the very end. The crowd goes wild. 2-2, like in the first half. The first kick, the last kick of the first half. Like now in the second, the final kick of the second half. A goal as well. Excelsior equalizing at the very end. 2-2, remaining undefeated and setting up a spectacle, we can say, next Saturday against Met Oval here at Belson Stadium. Let's pause breath and let's just try now to make our way down to the Mayhem to get some post-match interviews. Final score here at Belson in their first game at their home venue at Belson Stadium. Excelsior with a last-minute equalizer to First State FC 2. Stay tuned for interviews. What a game of football.
So folks, we want to thank you for attending tonight's game, and we hope to see you back here at Cox Family Field at Belson Stadium Saturday, June 20th at 7:30 p.m. when Excelsior, New York takes on the Metropolitan Oval. One more time, how about a big round of applause, New York fans? Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you June 20th.
You're riding high in April, shot down in May, but I know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June, I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream, but I don't let it get me down, 'cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing, each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. I tell you, I can't deny it. I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just ain't gonna buy it. And if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I jump right on a big bird and then I cry. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a fool. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing, each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I just pick myself
right at the same gate that we were coming in at. Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, thanks, man. All right.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together. I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, guys. I'm here joined by Alim Kapitanovic. For my eyes, the man of the match for today. I voted you myself personally on the commentary. Let's talk a little bit about the game, a very difficult game, your first home game here at Belson Stadium. Sure. What were the thoughts like beforehand, knowing that you guys played so many away games and it was finally time to start your inaugural season at home at Belson Stadium?
I think it was just a lot of excitement to finally play in front of the home fans, since I think it's been 5 away games. So a lot of excitement, a lot of happiness. I'm just excited to show what we've been working for to our home crowd. And it was a really nice atmosphere to start it.
Certainly it was, and of course unbeaten in your first 5 games away from home, top of the table. A little difficult game today, but you guys never said that. We'll begin with the first half. They scored first. You equalized through a lovely free kick. What's going through your mind there? I also called you the dead ball specialist, so that right foot is certainly working its magic. And did you see the goalkeeper a little bit onside or off his line? And you definitely curled it with a supreme curl, and it found the top net?
No, I saw the goalie was like a little bit off his line, and I just wanted to hit it into a spot where, like, even if it doesn't go in, then someone on our team can go in and attack it. So just whip it as hard as I can, and thank God it went into the goal.
And the equalizer, a little bit unlucky ending to the first half. They scored right before the half concluded. What is that team talk like knowing you maybe took a little bit of a jab at the wrong time, but you guys certainly pushed back in the second half, fought with everything, and eventually found the goal in the very last seconds of the game. What does that never say die mentality? Also, you still remain unbeaten with that goal at the very end. What does that mentality like say from your coaching staff, from the players, from the captain, just to never give up and to keep going?
No, yeah, I think just the coaches, the staff, everybody were just trying to pick everybody's heads up at halftime. It's an unlucky goal, miscommunication, but it's really not that big of a deal. We can always come back. We came back a few times throughout the year, so it's just everybody keep their head up. So we got to stay as a team always. I think that's the most important, and paid off in the end.
And very well said. Final couple questions. Still undefeated. That's certainly a good feeling to know you can come back from behind, you can push, and maybe a difficult game today against a difficult opponent, but certainly you guys never gave up. That spirit will take you certainly a long way, especially in the upcoming matchup in which you'll play last year's national champions Met Oval. What are your first thoughts at home as well? What are your first thoughts about that matchup upcoming next Saturday?
I think it's going to be a very big one at the top of the table. I think they're undefeated as well, so only one will remain after that, but I think we know how good we are as a team, so as long as we just play our game at home too, pushed by the fans, I think it'll all go very well.
And the cut is okay? All good?
All good.
All good. The man of the match, congratulations. Thank you guys for tuning in. That was Alim Kapitanovic with post-game words after their 2-2 victory, securing a point at the very end. Dundas equalizing at the very death with the final kick of the game. Excelsior remain undefeated and set up the big game, the grand game that's upcoming next Saturday against Met Oval, last year's national champions. They remain undefeated, and now Saturday at this very venue they will take on Met Oval. Feel free to come out to see the atmosphere. As Alim said, a very beautiful atmosphere at Belson Stadium today. We'd like to thank Excelsior for posting a very nice show and a nice showing, and their team securing a point at the very end. Final score one last time on the outskirts now of Belson Stadium. We do what we can. Excelsior 2, First State 2. Thank you guys for tuning in.